Gam Ganapatiye Namaha, Om Gam Ganapatiye Namaha, Om Gam Ganapatiye Namaha, Om Namah Shivaya, Om Brahmamir Stiparam Takare, Vanushashi Bhumisito, Buddhasha Gurusha Shukra, Shani Rahu Keteva, Sarvigraha Shantikara Bhavantu, Om. Om Hrim Shukraya Namaha, Om Hrim Gurave Namaha, Om Namah Shivaya. Greetings and welcome to another episode of Cosmic Kev 100, your weekly astro video zine. This one is for Friday, January 10th through the 16th of January 2025. Now, what we're looking at right now is this waxing moon. And this waxing moon is in the constellation of Taurus right now. And the part of Taurus that the moon is in is a lunar mansion known as Rohini. And Rohini is all about the beauty, and it's a Venus day, and this makes it a really special Friday. I've just been feeling so much upliftment and synchronicity this week, like good things, even though there's been a lot of hard things, with the fires in Southern California and some of the snowstorms and cold weather back east. And, there's all kinds of grief in the world, whether it's, people mining coltan in the Congo or, facing persecution from various religious groups in North Africa, the Ukraine situation, the situation in the Middle East, all of it, it's, and more, grief from people losing loved ones and senseless killing sprees and all that kind of stuff that we just don't even want. But there's sort of this sweetness in the air, and things are on a trajectory of improvement, and you can be a part of that improvement. In fact, whenever anything's bad, it's really an opportunity to be your best self, show up, help other people, all these things. Now, the whole thing about Rohini is beautiful. She represents perfumes, nice vehicles, like the oxen cart's her symbol. Ruling deities Brahma, the creator aspect of God, and she is said to be the moon's favorite wife. So the 27 wives of the moon, he went to Rohini the most, and the other wives got jealous and said, make the moon disappear because he keeps paying attention to Rohini and not the rest of us. And so Brahma's like, well, I can't do that, because without the moon, we wouldn't have life as we know it. So, but I'll tell you what I'll do. I'll make the moon disappear once a month and then come back again. And in a lot of ways, the moon is also waxing right now. It's gaining energy. So this whole week, we're going to have this gaining energy, and the moon will climax in Punarvasu at 2:27 p.m. on Monday, Pacific Standard Time. And so, and also, the moon becomes the Atmakarika. It becomes the highest degree. It becomes the driving force in this whole chart. Jupiter's in the first house here in Chico, California when this happens. And, even though Jupiter's retrograde, we have Saturn and Venus in the 10th house with this full moon. So it's like, how can we work together to be more empathetic and create wisdom and beauty all at the same time? And the sun will be at the last degree of Sagittarius, but in the 8th house. And so there's another placement. Also, Mercury is going to be relatively close to the sun. And, but probably so it's a time where we're researching things that we don't always understand or that we don't always have power over. I thought that was really interesting. And so whenever there's a full moon on a Monday, it's kind of like, oh my God, the emotions run so high, And of course, in Western astrology, this will be a full moon in Cancer on Monday. Monday's Moon Day, so it's a very emotionally charged moon. And we also later on that day in Vedic astrology, the sun moves into actual Capricorn that day, and so it's kind of like get to work, strap your boots on. We've got to work on things and get things done. So there's that element as well that we're dealing with. Well, with that said, we are now going to go with that. There's so much more that could be said. The debilitated Mars in both systems. Just be patient with yourself. Be patient with other people. Just do a compassionate inquiry on what's bothering you. Give yourself the love you need and help extend that love to others. I think that's the best I can do for now. Greetings, Aries. Welcome your horoscope as we go sign by sign in the Western tradition. Mars being debilitated is not fun. I mean, it's kind of like you're stuck at home and you don't know how to get out. It's almost like you're on probation and there's an ankle bracelet on you. And you like to blame your mother for this. It's also, there's a restlessness, and it's sort of like you want to move and get going. But we also have to realize Mars is retrograde, so we have to kind of go within, and we need to allow ourselves to process whatever grief and whatever emotions we have in order to move forward, because a lot of career stakes are high right now for you. This is where you show your best work, but you're dealing with a lot of karma with Neptune, Venus, Saturn all in the 12th house. It's like, whoa, I've got a lot of shadow work to do. Greetings, Taurus. Welcome to your horoscope. Now, the whole Venus, Neptune, Saturn thing's not as bad for you because you're in sort of more of a party phase with this. Capricorn is giving you good fortune. It's another earth sign. It's in your 9th house. You can improve relationships with your father with this particular type of transit, even if he's gone beyond. And just getting a higher knowledge going for yourself. Now, Mars in the retrograde, in the 3rd house, I mean, it actually is giving you some courage. So you're able to face the difficulties within and overcome them. Greetings, Gemini. Welcome to your horoscope. Everything's mostly, the planets are gathered in what's the public sphere of life for you. Sun sign in the 8th house. There's transformation. You're not necessarily in your own power, and with Mercury there as well, but you have an interest in the occult, sex, death, other people's property, how those kind of systems work. But it's also kind of a place where you have to step back and not everything's within your own control, and just kind of rest, meditate, help others, do the remedies, as we'd say. Do the remedies. Well, hello, Cancer, and welcome to your horoscope. Mars in the 1st house, but retrograde. It's like, I'm so mad at myself. Why did I ever give that person that? Why did I ever do that? These kind of questions are going in your mind over and over and over again. You just have to stop for a second. Relationships are key right now because Sun's in the 7th house. Mercury's in the 7th house. So the way you communicate. A soft answer turneth away wrath. I think that's really the good verse that comes to me right now. And it's always better to light a candle than the curse of darkness. If you're having problems with someone, try to see their good qualities, so you're not just focused on this temporary negative experience. And maybe it's not temporary, it's ongoing. At the same time, go deep. Try to find out why someone might be like that and is not always able to change. You might have a great ability to change and improve yourself. Not everybody has that gift, and realize it's a gift. Move forward with compassion. All right, Leo, welcome to your horoscope. I mean, we're kind of getting this place now where a lot of your issues involve other people, a little bit unpredictability at work, and even your social life to some extent. That's sort of the driving force this week, and just working on your own health issues. There's definitely, it is winter time, there's less sickness going on, and my God, we've really hurt the planet in a number of ways, and the very people that are hurting the planet are pretending that they're going to save it at the same time, and it's really It's just kind of like, how does this make sense? I'm supposed to say, oh yeah, I just agree. Yeah, yes, master, I'm doing what they said. I heard it there on CNN. It must be true. You know, it's like, no, folks, it really, unfortunately, we're in a much deeper place in our world situation than we've ever been. And the only real government or thing we have authority over is ourselves and our heart. And, you know, and so if we keep things, the kingdom of heaven is within. So we keep things good in this kingdom. We're helping other people right now, sun transiting the 6th house. Good things are going to come out of this. Relationship stuff, you know, it's not as easy as we'd like it to be right now with Pluto in the 7th house. So we have to kind of change the way we look at it. Well, greetings, Virgo. Welcome to your horoscope. So, Mercury's in Capricorn's the 5th house, Sun's in your 5th house. This is a really creative week for you. This is where you're kind of breaking out. And then, you know, Pluto in the 6th house, it's like we have to sort of change the way we help ourselves heal and help other people heal. And so, you know, maybe everything we knew before we have to throw out the window. There's a new way of doing these things. Relationship stuff, it's packed. Your commitment, Saturn, your spiritual life, Neptune, your love life together, Venus, all of this is coming up. And then we have North Node there at that kind of last degree of Aries before it's going to go into Pisces. And so there's just this really teamwork makes the dream work. Uranus in the 9th house, there's just a lot of things inspiring you. And then, you know, we've got this moon in the 10th house this weekend. You're kind of in the public eye. You know, eventually as things go on Saturday, Sunday, it'll be a good time to socialize, meet people. Just make sure you keep everything cool in public. Oh boy. Greetings, Libra. Welcome to your horoscope. Everything's about other people like it usually is for you. And I know, I can't make these things up. And if I did, the ones of you who know astrology would be catching me. North Node, 7th house. You know, what's shadowy about your relationship? What kind of front are you trying to put on for your partner, or are they trying to put on for you? How are you working with health issues, beautifying yourself, exercising, keeping your spiritual life in check, this whole routine? Capricorn for Libra is 4th house stuff, so it's parents, it's family history, it's memory issues, it's property, fixed assets. These are the things that are in focus. Well, greetings, Scorpio, and welcome to your horoscope. Now, Capricorn brings 3rd house issues, communication, things going on with siblings. 2 of my siblings live relatively close to where the fires happen, and so I was thinking about them, but it's also about close friends, people you've known since childhood, at least since college, and you know, there's an unpredictability in relationships, and really the moon this weekend moving all the way through the week is about building a better you, and then applying all of that, putting it all into action. And so, and then there's Mars, it's retrograde in Cancer. And you know, you're kind of on this adventure. You kind of need to backtrack a little bit on your adventures and go, wow, what did I see? And I need to look at that again. Greetings, Sagittarius. Welcome to your horoscope. So, I mean, Jupiter's in the 7th house. And so this is all about relationships. And largely this weekend will be deepening those relationships and trying to keep everything chill, you know, because we're in an emotionally volatile period, and Capricorn's about your values, it's about your money, it's about your voice, and where you're taking that. And I mean, I think those things are really strong for you right now. And then there's this love of family with Venus, Neptune, Saturn in the 4th house, and how we're going to deal with those aspects of our lives. Well, greetings, Capricorn, and welcome to your horoscope. And I just want to wish very happy birthday to all my Capricorn friends who are having birthdays this weekend or this week. And I'm wishing you lots of love and lots of peace upon your journey. And that would include Christine and there's so many others of you. I'll see you all next week, and I'll be wishing you a happy birthday. Mercury's in the first house, so you're more intelligent than usual. It's kind of like the light's been turned on. You might be changing your way you deal with money, changing the way you communicate with Pluto in the second house. So, there's financial changes, hopefully for good ones. Venus and Neptune, in the third house along with Saturn. It's like time to make creative projects that might require a lot of commitment, but you're ready to put it through. And then there's Uranus in the fifth and North in the fourth house. And so it's kind of like there's some less than stable family stuff going on that you need to address. And then there's some stuff in your own personal health that you need to kind of fix. And just, it's a lot of inward work. You're doing a lot of inner work right now. Greetings, Aquarius. Welcome to your horoscope. Everything's more introspect, which is how it should be for winter. And I mean, this is 12th house transit, Capricorn. 12th house transits, I think, are some of the most severe transits because it's kind of like your blind spot. It's sort of like where you're dreaming, where you're asleep, where you're letting things go, where you're harvesting all the deeds done in the last year. So this is sort of like, some are good, some you're not necessarily all proud about, but there's messages and there's something that you can take in from this to make that improvement that you want to take. And so I'm seeing like you're communicating better. You might be doing, you're trying to balance finances with having fun, and it's really easy to get caught off guard in impulse buying and things, and so like Neptune and Venus are like, oh wow, that looks great, let's do it. And then Saturn's like, you are going to regret that. You'll be returning it, trust me. It's that kind of thing. And I would just say with Uranus in the fourth house, there's sort of like this instability with your own way you're feeling about your soul, your family, your upbringing, your mother, your house. There's all these different concerns that are coming up. But the good news is you're having fun this weekend. This weekend feels like kind of uplifting, and you're going with it. And as long as you don't overdo it, you'll get through the full moon. All right. Greetings, Pisces. Welcome to your horoscope. You're carrying actually the weight of the grahas, the grabbers, the planets, with Venus, Neptune, and Saturn all lining up in your first house. So Saturn's always saying slow down. And Neptune's more like swim a little, dream a little, try me, have a little faith, have a little bit of compassion, melt a little, and Venus is like, oh, make yourself as sexy and as beautiful or as desirable as you possibly can. And then there's North Node in the second house. This is a time to guard yourself against scams. There's so many scam artists out there, and it's really unfortunate that we praise deception in success. Deception's in nature. Animals that change their fur to camouflage themselves. There's all animals that look like flowers or other things. Or twigs. There's all kinds of things that happen. So I have respect for disguise and deception, but you still got to be aware because you don't want to get eaten. You know what I mean? And so with all your love and patience, Pisces, this is going to be a time for you to step it up. It's also kind of a partyish time, and I imagine when that full moon hits, it'll be in your fifth house, so it's going to be heart opening. Might involve your children, but it should be fun. And really, that's about it for me as far as what I've got to give you this week. I know there's a lot more that can be said, but I thank you for joining me. I would really appreciate it if you subscribed. I'm trying to get up to 1,000 subscribers. We're 900 and something. We're getting close. I appreciate your comments so much. God, I just pray that these people are uplifted, and that wherever they are, that in their weakness, their strength can be made perfect. So come to them, allow them to release their disbeliefs, to have a chance to have faith and see miracles in their life and blessings that go past their wildest dreams. Amen. I love you. I care about you. I want to hear from you. Thanks for subscribing.